Here we go, here we go. Back in the building with my brother. I'm gonna start calling you Mr. Go Viral. Like,
nah.
Mr. Go Viral, AKA Sergeant Nicholas Irving. Welcome back to the building. Welcome back to VladTV, kid.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yo, Nick, there's a lot going on in the world. I almost don't know where to start, but let's start with headlines. Does the name El Mencho ring a bell with you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Been in, like, the news a lot lately.
Yeah, very much so, all for the wrong reason. I mean, actually, I don't know if he was ever in the news for the right reason.
Right.
But definitely, you don't want to be headline news because you're no longer here.
Yeah.
And sadly, that seems to be the case with El Mencho. Mexican government took him out.
Oh, yeah. With the help of the United States, of course.
You knew that, and I was going to get to that part. So do you really think because I heard that the United States government tipped the Mexican government off as to his whereabouts. Do you think that they had a stronger role in taking him out?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, of course, like, we had the intel and stuff, but there may or may not have been, like, some of our guys on the ground. The type of guys that don't exist, you know, off the books type guys.
Yo, how real is that, Nick? Before we even go deeper into this story, how real, because we watch these shows all the time and you always see these black ops with dudes that, you know, these ex-military, they don't exist. It's plausible deniability, all of that kind of stuff with the U.S. government. If you're captured, you're caught, you're killed, the U.S. government will deny having any knowledge of your existence. Is that for real in the real world?
100% for real. And they usually like associate themselves with I call them the Christians in action, the CIA. They come a lot, not a lot, but yeah, there's some guys out there who really exist like that.
Okay, so in what scenarios does the U.S. use guys like that? Mainly
for like, not oversight, but I guess you could kind of say oversight, coordinating different things, and like a one guy, two guys or whatever can coordinate things with the larger force, such as the Mexican military, law enforcement down there, and they kind of like the hand you don't see playing the puppet. They normally, like an advisory role, more so like advisory, yeah.
Okay, see, that's shocking right there. I always thought that these guys would be used more boots on the ground. They're going in, they're doing things that if, you know, they are caught, the government could, I don't know them. They ain't got nothing to do with us.
Yeah. It's almost like the Bay of Pigs. Like, you don't need too many our guys on the ground if you're not formally involved with something or at war with somebody. You can send guys in who have no, like, military affiliation, and they play like the advisor role in situations like that. That way, if something does go south, you're not losing like American troops. It's a guy who coordinated a big plan and is playing that plan out. Prayerfully, it works on their end.
Okay, so let's say you do a job like that. Is it typically ex-military that's doing that?
Well, it don't have to be. I mean, you could have guys that were like I said, and there was three-letter agencies, NSA, CIA. You know, we worked with guys overseas, and they were like advisors. They didn't, like, I'm not gonna say they didn't do much. They were just not in the firefights like us. But I honestly don't like really know what the heck they were doing there, other than being on missions with us. I've deployed with, guys from, we had attachments, CIA, you got guys from three-letter agencies, and you got, FBI, hostage rescue team, the HRT guys, DEA. I've deployed with all these guys, yeah, especially like to Afghanistan.
Okay, so when you're sitting across from, these three-letter guys, and then there just happens to be 2-3 other guys in the room, like, who the F are they? But you clearly know that they have some stature, they got some say-so. Is it just one of them unwritten rules, like, we know who these guys are, we know that they carry weight, just let them do what they do and get out the way?
That's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. Like you're not even young, you're just not privy to that information. You know that these guys are going to be on a helicopter with you, be on the mission, be on the briefings, debriefings, and if they ask for fingerprints, I don't know what they ask for, but they're there. You don't ask anything. You just see a guy named Joe or Bob, and they're all named Bob or something, and yeah, they got cool equipment.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, obviously, you know that this exists, but to hear you who've been in the field, you've been on these ops, you've seen multiple deployments, and it's confirmed, you know, it's always crazy to know that there are guys that are operating with the government, but outside of the government at the same time.
Oh, yeah. And you would never these guys don't even look. Some of them do look the part, but you would never know. They would be like your family barbecue or something like that. You'd have no idea.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah. They look, and they're older guys, too. I never saw, I didn't work with guys who were in their 20s. They were all, you know, late 30s, 40s, at least mid 40s. Yeah.
Huh. Okay. So how do you even qualify or put your hand up and say, yo, I want a job like that? Like, are they cherry picked? Are they recruited? Is there applications that's filled out?
I don't know exactly the process. I mean, we've been approached. Certain guys have been approached, especially when I got out the military, I was doing private military contracting. But my last deployment, I was approached by a 3-letter agency. And a lot of, not a lot, but a few guys are. A lot of, yeah, I guess you could say a lot compared to the special operations units. Yeah.
Damn, that's interesting. It really is. And it's always, you know, I learn some fascinating new stuff whenever we speak. But I guess I got to ask you with El Mencho, it's now come out that, you know, he was caught because he had a female, one of his many females that came to the compound he was staying in. You know, when she left, you know, dudes was following her whereabouts and where she came from, and they was able to pinpoint her exact location. So just as, you know, it doesn't surprise you that, let's just call them the Men in Black were involved and the U.S. was involved, does it surprise you that a woman, you know, could have possibly been part of this capture and kill?
Oh, you know the answer to that. Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. Especially if you have too many of them moving around, you're going to get caught up. You're going to get called up. You gotta, yeah, They always seem to drop the location some type of way. You know, you don't, yeah. I got a wife, I'm good, but I know enough. You don't, yeah.
Nah, it's always somewhere in the wings, you know, a young lady who gets you jammed up, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, I don't know if she was in on it or if, you know, she came, did her thing with him. He put out the next morning and they was like, because that's similarly how they got Bin Laden. They got one of his
courier.
Trusted couriers.
Yep.
And followed the courier and took him right to him. And from what I'm understanding, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
He would have one of his trusted couriers go pick his chicks up, bring them in, bang them out, drop them back off. And they was like, okay, bingo, we got him.
Yeah. You know the old saying, it's like pimping ain't easy. And that goes to show it ain't easy, man. It's too much inner workings, too much coordination, planning. It's going, yeah, you get caught slipping more often than not. I get I get it. I mean, if you're moving like the way he was moving, but maybe they should have used like some underground tunnels or something, you know,
yeah.
Playboy Mansion style.
I'm going to tell you, Nick, these guys are making billions of dollars, these cartels. But heavy is the crown. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, man. Like, it's almost not even worth it. You got billions of dollars. Like, you got to sneak chicks in and out. You got to be hidden away up in the mountains. You can't go out and just walk and spend your money. Like, is it even worth it? Like, who would even want that position?
Biggie said it best. More money, more problems. More money, more problems.
More money, more problems.
I'm cool with a couple $100 million. I'm cool with less than a couple hundred, but yeah, if you don't want to be seen, you don't want to see me no more, yeah. But I don't want to live like that though. You know, always on the run, always having a hideout. I'm not trying to live life like that either. Hunted, no. That's it's a short life. You can expect that.
Well, I think it's a short life, number one, but again, heavy is the head that wears the crown. Number one, you got to worry about military. I mean, in their case, this is not regular police. They're in Mexico. They're the cartels. They're worried about the government, the military. They got the U.S. government on their back. They got rivals.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, what's the point? You got all that money, you could barely spend it.
Exactly.
You living up in the mountains.
Yeah, it's a fast life. It's like GTA video game lifestyle. It just ain't for me though. It ain't for me. That's too much trauma, drama. And I don't want like the US government on my ass either. Like that's the last thing you want. And you got Trump in office. I'd always be looking up for a drone, something, getting bombed or whatever. Delta Force knocking on my door. No, I don't need those problems. No one needs those problems.
No, not at all. And here's the deal. Like Trump has already labeled these cartels as narco terrorists. When you get that label, the rules of the game change.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to adhere to certain laws because they're considered terrorists.
Yep.
I'm actually very, very surprised that it wasn't the U.S. directly that went in.
I know, right? Yeah. After we got the Venezuelan dude, yeah.
There you go. Correct.
I was just near Mexico, like right before the day before it popped off with El Mencho. I was like right on the border doing some work for a thing. And I was, like one day prior to that, I was near Juarez, right before the whole Mexico thing popped off. But no, I was chill where I was at.
Yeah, I mean, here's the crazy part. From what I understand, this happened literally minutes away from, what's that tourist location that everybody goes to? It's a popular part of Mexico. It's
on
not
the
even
Instagram,
like
the Instagram bunnies always go there to selfie it up.
Exactly.
I know what you're talking about. I know exactly.
Damn, it'll come to me in a minute.
Yeah.
But, you know, this is a violent life. It wasn't just El Mencho who got taken out. It was, 8 of his security detail that died along with him.
Yeah.
And right after he passed, his second in command put the word out and was like, yo, I'm offering $1,000 a head for any military. And all of the narcos, they just went crazy in the street, burning cars, burning buildings. And I think they killed something like 25 servicemen in the process.
Real? I thought they were just burning stuff down.
No, them boys was trying to get that money.
That's what's being reported. I think some more violence occurred than what we're being seen. I don't think the cartel, they play by one regular rules. They almost act like the Afghans and the Iraqis. Like some certain cases they do, like the beheadings.
In which way?
The beheadings, the torture, shit like that. They behave a lot like that. Yeah.
In your opinion, do you ever think that these narcos, these cartels will ever be out of the picture, or are they just here to stay? One guy, because El Mencho was number one.
Yeah.
Within literally less than a day, somebody else went to the top of that list.
My whole career.
Is this just...
Yeah, my whole career was like that though. You would kill the number one guy here, and like literally that next day, another one would pop up. That's why you get endless wars. But I don't think the cartel is ever going to be out of the picture because drugs are never going to be out the picture. People are always going to want a way to escape something by whatever means they see fit. And it just happens to be a lot of people indulge in the drugs that they supply. It's too much money to be made, and they're not the only ones doing it. I think the U.S. is involved with it too, trafficking.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, that's, you know, a big part of you know, Freeway Ricky Ross' story.
Yeah.
And, you know, everything he went through and that whole Iran-Contra scandal.
Yep.
It's crazy. But, you know, part of the reason that these cartels will never go away, did you by any chance catch that leaked phone call that El Mencho had with one of the law
police
officials?
guys? Yeah.
Did you catch that?
Yeah. It's a funny ass phone call.
Delta 1.
Hey, ¿quién habla?
Mira bien, hijo de tu puta madre. Soy Mencho, güey. Relaja tu puta gente a la verga. Soy Mencho, güey. Relaja tus putas partidas, si no te voy a partir tu madre y toda tu bola de perros. Te tengo identificado 30 güeyes. Hasta tus putos perros te voy a matar si no te relajas, güey. Pongan, revíremeles a todos los hijos de su puta madre, porque todos agarran dinero y son buenos de puercos. Órale pues, Melón, ahí les quiero eso, que se relajen a la verga.
Sí, señor, usted me conoce, usted sabe que hay respeto y hay ilusión.
Ahora pues, ahí le encargo.
Ándale, sí.
Ahí, relájenmelos a todos, dígale que va de parte mía.
Claro que sí.
Ya está.
Ándale.
That's funny.
Yo,
Told me, get
this dude,
get him off his ass. I'm coming after you and your family. Yeah. Leave your phone on. Another grown man telling you, you better be a man. That's some power.
nah, but you know why it's power though?
Why?
Because he said in the call, y'all don't have a problem taking my money.
Oh yeah, yep.
That whole system, they're getting paid.
Yep.
So while they out there fighting, you know, fighting crime, and they on the war against drugs, they all on the payroll. So he's sunning this dude.
Yep.
And he feel like, yo, I'm in the right. I got y'all on payroll.
I mean, but he would be
so
right.
So y'all better stand down.
He is right though. If I'm literally, I'm your boss, I'm paying you. Like you better
Correct.
you gotta do what I say. I mean, they're all in the same game together. So it's like, how are you coming after me? How are you mad at me? We're all in the same game together. So yeah, I mean, he had every right to kind of be pissed off, and he was technically right. He's like, I pay your salary. Leave me alone. Yeah, that's a tough life.
And that's what he was saying.
It's a tough life. And then you get killed by the guys that you had on payroll. That's a savagery.
Yeah, but that's really at the heart of it, what their issue is. Because they look at it like, yo, this is hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Y'all, you know, you taking my money, but for optics, you want to act like, you know, you have this war against drugs, and now you're in cahoots with the Americans and President Trump. So they pissed off.
That means they was probably getting paid more. Who knows? It's like mercenary work. Whoever's going to pay me the most, or pay you the most, that's who I'm working for. That's who mercenary work.
Well, you know, while we on Trump, let's move over to the longest ever State of the Union address. By any chance, did you get a chance to catch it?
I caught a total, and I'm talking with clips, a total amount of maybe like 3 minutes. I've never watched I'm not gonna say I never have. I might have back before I joined the military, leading up to joining the military, like after 9/11. I think that around that time was like the last State of the Union that I watched. But I think when they said his speech was like, what, 2 hours and 35 minutes or something?
Nah, it was something like 1 hour and 48 minutes, if I remember correctly.
Oh, they all seem like 8 hours to me. The ones that I've watched, anything that deal with speaking with the government, it always seems long and dry. I can't do too much of it. And I just don't believe half the stuff they do. It's like it's a WWE type thing. It's just, they get up there, they spew a few things to cause a reaction. You already know that these certain group of people sitting on this side they're not gonna, it's all an act. They just sit there and don't wanna clap and don't wanna, it's all an act to get people talking about, oh, did you see what happened with this? And it's an act. There's like way more pressing things I think that we should be worried about as opposed to who stood up during a clap or who clapped or who didn't clap. Like, it's all a game. It's all fake. I don't watch it. Like, I'd watch like SpongeBob and get more of a thrill out of that. That's more realistic than watching government politricksters jump through hoops to get a news clip or the American people to talk about it on X.
Nah, this one in particular was definitely the WWE. I mean, there was so much. This was pure entertainment.
What was some of the stuff that he said? I know it
Yeah,
had to be
it
some
ain't even
wild
just
moments.
what he said. I mean, he literally brought in the hockey team that won the gold medal.
Oh, wow. I didn't
Had them guys come in. He's giving the what is that? The congressional what? No, it's not the Medal of Honor. It's the highest award that a civilian could be given.
Oh, by the president? Yeah.
Yeah, by the president. He's giving that to you know, the goalie.
Wait, who got it?
It was everything.
The goalie
The
got it?
goalie of the the goalie of the hockey team.
I don't even watch hockey. I can't skate. I can rollerblade, but I don't do anything cold weather these days. After my time was up and I spent enough times in the mountains of Afghanistan and Ranger School I'm good on cold. I'm a tropical people at heart. The melanin
I'm with you,
only,
kid.
yeah, what's that?
No, I said I'm with you.
Yeah, my melanin only allows so much coldness before I tap out. I can't.
But, you know, this that State of the Union was different. I mean, of course, he addressed what he's supposed to address, how bad Obamacare is. You know, he said that Obamacare made insurance company rich. It's called it unaffordable health care.
Is he wrong? Is he wrong though? I know people on the outside and have to privately pay for health care. I know it's not cheap. I know it's not what was promised or what was the illusion sold to the American people of how affordable it was going to be. It turned out to be, 2 house payments, But hey, we should all look at where our tax dollars are going, because other countries that we give it to, they got free health care, they got free education. It's a lot of free stuff other countries have that, one in particular, that we supply billions of dollars to annually, and what do we get in return? People can't afford health care. We don't have free education. The average kid nowadays, excuse my language, but it's like stupid these days. They don't have a reading level above the 6th grade. Most individuals, the younger generation, they haven't read a book. We're getting dumber, which is like hard to believe. But as a nation, as a people, we're getting stupid. I see it every day driving around Texas and San Antonio. I'm like, how are you still alive? How did you make it to this point in your life and have not royally fucked up yet? Because you're clearly stupid. I see it every day. I love Texas, but like 90% of, there's some stupid people out in the world, real dumb.
Nah, it is. It is. There's no doubt about it. And it's unfortunate to say, but in a lot of ways that's celebrated.
Yeah.
You don't have to go very far. That thing that we're all attached to, all you got to do is pick that phone up and scroll.
Yeah.
And you're seeing people make a fortune.
Yeah.
By doing everything but being intelligent
and productive. Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
I remember a time you actually had to have a gift or a talent or something to contribute. Now you can stand on a cash register and pour milk on your head and yell 6'7" or some shit. And you go, You got a commercial jingle or some shit. Yeah. I'm about to sit in my bed and just start singing.
Yo,
What a time to be alive.
You dead real.
Man.
You just pour milk on your head and scream 6'7". Oh my God. All right, Nick, I gotta ask you, you're no stranger to war. It feels like every day that passes, we are one step closer to a potential war in Iran.
Yeah.
You said America is due for a war. Do you think that this is it?
I don't think this is going to be the big one. I think the war that I'm referring to is like going to be internally, a war internally. The war with Iran, that's been preached about, talked about. We've been wanting that war since, I can remember. I know for sure when I was in, and then I want to go, say as far back as like the 90s, back when Benjamin Netanyahu was preaching about them having nuclear weapons, or weeks away, months away from having a nuclear weapon, atomic bomb and all this. This was like back in the 90s, and it's been a regurgitated, speaking point when it comes to him and Iran and how we should get involved with Iran. I'm good on Iran. I'm good on sending U.S. troops anywhere. Like, what is Iran, seriously, what have they done to us? I don't know any Iranian who's come, I don't know. They haven't done anything significant to us that would like warrant thousands of U.S. troops to go over there and get potentially killed. If somebody else has a problem with it, then I think they should deal with it. We always get drawn up and drawn back into these pointless, endless, stupid wars for no reason, and then wonder why we're like 36 trillion, whatever it is, astronomical number that we are in debt,
Well, according to Trump, they have the capabilities to make a nuclear bomb.
They've had that since like the 90s. And like, didn't we just do that Top Gun, Tom Cruise mission over there to like set back their nuclear program? I forget how long it was. And here we are with the same talking point. Like, what was all that about? They've been weeks away, months away since like the 90s, and they ain't have one yet. So I'm starting to, sounds a lot like propaganda to me.
Nah, and it's interesting because you were talking about Benjamin Netanyahu. You can literally go back for 20 years and find clips of him saying that same talking point.
Yep.
Like literally.
Yep.
It's the craziest thing. Like you can find clips every year on the year.
Yep.
Of him with that same exact talking point for over 20 years.
That should scare us to even want to support or even acknowledge a potential war with Iran based on those little speaking points that's been going back for 20 plus years. That should be enough to warrant every bit of caution from every American, voting American, out there. But propaganda, it's another pointless, endless war that they want to, draw us into. It's like the war in Iraq, the weapons of mass destruction. And they had satellite photos and all this shit about it, and it turned out to be nothing, So I can only believe so much. Just because you show me a grainy image of something that looks like a rocket, I don't know what that rocket is. Could be a fucking Roman candle for all I know. I don't know what it is. AI now and all this shit, you don't know what to believe. The Bible warned us about times like this, though. You don't know what to believe.
You're right. You're absolutely right. But be it as it may, as we speak, Trump has over 250 aircrafts across the Middle East. It's the largest military buildup in the region since at least 2003. And half of the Navy is stationed outside of Iran.
It's wild.
So this ain't just words.
No. it's potential for war, yeah. But again, I think there has to be some type of congressional hearing, or gotta have the declaration from Congress to even go to war. But I mean, we've been bombing the shit out of people for a while now, and no vote about it. American people don't get a say so I don't think anything's going to change now. I think we could start bombing them and just be drawn into a war because somebody else in another country said so. And he puts a lot of money in people's politicians' pockets to get things passed, whether you vote or not.
Mm-hmm. Nah, I mean, but here's the deal. Like, let's just call it what it is. Trump's a businessman first, before anything.
Yeah.
Venezuela, I think that we all know what that was about.
Yeah.
Started out with the whole narcos and this, that, and the third, but
ended up about the oil.
It ended up about oil.
Yep.
The Middle East is rich.
Yeah.
In oil.
Yep.
Always has been. And at the end of the day, it's make America great again and make the Trump family greater.
Richer too, yeah. Richer.
Yeah. 100%. So I would not be surprised if, by the time this thing airs, there is a strike.
Whew.
But it definitely seems like we're gearing up for it.
I was going to give it, if we're going to do anything, 3 months to 6 months max. 3 months. I could see something in 3 months. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even give it that long, Nick. I really don't.
I hope.
I think that's wishful thinking.
Hey, I'm going to keep wishing. Got to.
Oh, switch topics with me for a second. The Epstein files have been opened up. Hundreds of thousands of documents have been put out to the American public, but there are millions of documents that are still missing, redacted, held back, and interestingly enough, Prince Andrew was arrested last week.
But what was he arrested for, though? It wasn't because of it was trading state secrets.
Yeah,
it wasn't about all the
they could have been got him on that, Nick.
Yeah.
I think it could just be me. I think his name has been a smear on his name being associated with Epstein has been a smear on the royal family, and they just allowed him to go down for whatever.
There's only one real royal family, and they don't live on this dimension. That's the Holy Trinity. That other family, I don't know what the that is. It's a bunch of, but that's just my opinion. I don't know nothing about them, but I believe that you're 100% correct. It's the same reason why they got, the same reason and the same,
There you go.
The cycle continues with that family, whatever that family is into, what the they do, I don't know, but it was a smear on them, and that's why he got locked up. I mean, because there's a whole bunch of other names on there too that we could easily start going after and questioning. The Clintons, Bill Gates, surprised Bill Cosby getting in there, but there's a lot of people up in there that we should be questioning and going after. But instead, they let all that, the most transparent, administration just happens to not be so transparent when it comes to this shit. 1, 2 weeks after that, we get presented with, the aliens are coming or whatever so it's a magic trick. I'm gonna show you this hand, but hey, I got something boiling up over here. So I don't know what to think anymore. Like, we won't even have enough time, it seems like, to gather up all these pedophiles and baby eaters or whatever, because we got to fight aliens in like another 2 weeks or so. So I don't know, what do we get prepared for? Am I gonna fuck up ET, or are we gonna get rid of some pedos? I don't know which one to pick now. So stuck. stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yo, the crazy thing is, what you're saying on the surface is funny, but it's so real.
It's real, yeah.
It's so real. The smoke and mirrors game, the banana in the tailpipe is so real with the government, man. Like, and we started off talking about Prince Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
This is the king's brother. Like, this is Charles' blood brother.
Is he dead yet?
No, Charles is still, like, he's still.
Oh.
Them dudes live to be 100, man. Like,
because they're not real people.
The queen lived forever.
Yeah. They be drinking that Jeffrey Epstein potion, that grape soda. They be drinking that stuff. This is what I heard. Allegedly.
So you think that's what's keeping them alive?
I think it's that and some other stuff, yeah. I think it's that and some other stuff. Most of us wouldn't believe.
Well, here's the deal, man. Again, that's the king's brother. And it ain't going down without the king giving his okay, his blessing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think at the end of the day, Andrew's name being associated with this mess, it's a smear. It's a black eye on the family. It's a black eye on, the whole UK for that matter. I mean, this is a prominent figure over there. So they want to show that, look, we don't take this lightly, and anybody can get it.
It was a perp walk,
so we're gonna
though.
sacrifice Andrew.
It was a perp walk, essentially, because he's out now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just
he's out. Yeah, he was out
perp walk
right away.
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing everything they can to protect that list and who's all in on it and what was being said by who. It's a weird, the fact that we're even having to discuss that, like a big scandal. It's one of the biggest scandals in my lifetime. I wasn't here for like Watergate and all that. So yeah, I think this is like beyond that though. We're talking about the powerful elite, big names.
Nah, this Jeffrey Epstein, this is, I mean, for the president, if he doesn't figure this out, no matter what he does in his presidency, it's always gonna have this asterisk next to it.
Yeah.
Him being associated with Jeffrey Epstein, it's money, it's power, it's the rich, it's the elite, it's pedophilia. This is made for tabloids. Okay, switch topics with me for a second.
Yeah.
Alex Preddy.
Preddy is his name. Preddy?
Preddy,
Okay.
Pretti.
Yep.
Killed in Minneapolis after protesting. Not sure if you saw, but they have footage that came out of him 11 days prior to being killed.
Mm-hmm.
And he was out there protesting, and he was spitting on the vehicles of ICE. He actually kicked the back tail light and broke it. And they got out the car and roughed him up. Some people online that said, hey, he had it coming. He agitated and kept poking the bear.
Yeah, but there still is like rules of engagement though. And like, if someone kicked out your tail light, does that warrant you or to have the justification to shoot and kill someone? And you're a police officer. It ain't like your life was in danger or threatened. This motherfucker had like a little Bruce Lee kick or something. It didn't hurt nobody. And would you shoot him over it? No, he spit on your vehicle. Your car gets on every day by a pigeon, It didn't hurt nobody. Unless you're that one cop who lit up that whole car because a squirrel had dropped a peanut or whatever on his fucking car. Unless you're that cop. But I don't think that that warrants you to kill someone, no. Even the circumstances on how he was killed, I don't even agree with that. I saw some footage, the screen or the still shots and stuff, even how like his gun was allegedly, one of the officers had already retrieved it before the shots start going off. And he wasn't like pointing his weapon or brandishing it. I've been to a protest armed 2 times. I didn't get shot. There's a lot of Texans out there protesting who were armed. Didn't get shot. I think you're allowed to. It's like your God-given right, your Second Amendment, your constitutional right to even, you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to bear arms. You're allowed to go to a protest. You're not shooting up the place. You're not doing anything. I don't think that was in my opinion, I just don't think it was a clean shot, especially if the weapon was off of him, retrieved by one of the officers. If that is correct and that's exactly what happened, it was a bad shot.
Nah, I couldn't agree with you more, Nick. I think at the end of the day, let's go to the footage 11 days prior when he did kick out the officer's tailpipe. They showed a video and he was armed that day. I don't think based on them roughing him up and then leaving him on the ground, I don't think that they saw or knew that he had a weapon on him.
Okay.
But on the day that he was killed, to your point, he had never touched his weapon. He never reached for it. And the officer took it from him and screamed out, "Gun, gun, gun." And that's when they, executed that man.
You get in trouble for that overseas. Like, if a guy, there's been many a homes we've blew open the door, put a C4 charge on it, go inside of a house, and there's an AK-47 by someone's bedside. And he gets up, or he's looking at it, he didn't touch it, you can't shoot him. That's a bad shot. You get in big trouble for that. But the minute he goes and grabs that rifle or whatever he has, and we have that little split-second agreement on mutual combat, my life or yours, then yeah, you're 100%. But his hand wasn't on the weapon. He didn't brandish it. He didn't point it at anybody. Let's just not forget, not too long ago, there was a whole kid who did the shoplifting thing, and the gun didn't go off. He didn't get murked for it. I mean, the rules of engagement need to be universal, especially when it comes to law enforcement. Otherwise, I would be shot the next time I get whatever, because I'm always armed. I don't think that I should be killed because I'm simply armed or whatever. I'm not provoking anything. I can agitate all the fuck I want. But the minute that pistol comes out or whatever I have comes out, then yeah, it's a mutual agreement to the death. Neither of those things happened with him, so I call it a bad shot. And the fact that the government went up on the news right after that, didn't even do a thorough investigation and already start putting out the propaganda. It's wild.
Oh no, it's 100% wild. And for the record, I'm 1,000,000% with you. I watched that video like all of us many times. They showed it in stop frames. It's one thing if that man had reached for his weapon. It's one thing if he had in any way, shape, or form touched it. He didn't. He literally didn't.
Yeah.
And paid for it with his life just for having it.
Yep. Wild state of affairs in America.
Similar topic. Did you see the video this week here in the Northeast? A lot of snow.
Yeah, yep.
The snow has been coming down crazy. Nor'easters, in the New York City Police Department was pelted with 1,000 snowballs.
Yeah.
And, just to the point that you're making, the restraint that these officers showed was incredible.
Yeah.
Because they was getting beamed in the head with straight up snowballs.
Yeah.
And they chose to walk. Keep it moving. Nobody lost control. Nobody lost their lives. It would be a very, very hard thing to be in those policemen's position.
Fact.
And being servants of the law, I give them all due respect because they really held it together. What was your thought when you watched that video?
Like initially it was kind of funny, but then it's also like degenerate behavior too. Like, you can only poke a bear so many times. I agree with that. Like, I'm not, like, no one got hurt, so I can't feel any type of way about it. You know, I don't feel like, oh, they had to go to their, you know, significant others and cry about it. No, I don't think any cop out there had to do it, but no, it wasn't like, it was just degenerate behavior, you know, just degenerate behavior. But if somebody would have got popped for it, we'd have had protests and riots. I'll tell you that. And that's what sucks about it, you know, because you won't get the other side of the story. You'll get a little snippet of something and they'll say, oh, they shot Boo Boo or whoever the fuck, and now we got to go burn down some shit. But Boo Boo was throwing like ice balls, beaming niggas upside their head with some, you know, 100-mile-an-hour fastballs.
Nah, I mean, you know, and that's what the cops were saying. They were like, yo, some of them snowballs had rocks in them.
Yeah.
Some of them had ice and
I've been
just
beamed up
snow
before,
on the
yeah.
outside.
I grew up in Maryland. I've been beamed upside the head a couple times. We got to fight. We got to fight after that. Them things hurt. And you got to go to school the next day with a good knot. Nah, I got to get mine back in blood, bro.
Nah, shout to the NYPD. I think that they, you know, they really held their composure, man.
Yeah, 100%.
And, you know, to your point, had one of them let off, the whole narrative changes.
Big time. Yep.
And it becomes about, hey, you know, the NYPD was hit with snowballs and returned bullets.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And just that headline right there sounds bad, but you didn't see the you know, 1,000 snowballs before that, you know, ambush surrounding them. Yeah. I'd have had to take my nightstick out and start tearing some thighs up. That's what I probably would have had to do.
But that's the crazy thing. You know, they didn't even go that far.
Yeah. I think it's a lot of cops right now too, though, that are scared of the backlash. You know, what could potentially spark off. You know, you start World War III in America, riots and all this and that because you did what you had to do or felt what you had to do. And losing their job, going to court, whatever the, you know, comes along with that. I think a lot of them are in fear of the repercussions of what may or may not happen.
Well, I think number one, you know, there are rules of engagement. And the world that we live in, everyone has a camera right in the palm of their hand. You know, it's always surprising to me to see so many law officials still acting as though they're not aware that their reckless behavior is being videotaped. But if you've been reckless for so long in your career, some things are just force of habit.
Yep.
You know,
and they get tunnel vision and ego.
You can't even stop it.
Yeah, tunnel vision and ego. I think those two things combined cause that type of behavior. They get tunnel vision.
Correct.
They've been operating this way for a long time. They've been talking about doing certain things or whatever in the locker room, and then you get an ego because you couldn't get a chance to beat your wife last night. You know, it comes out on somebody. Because let's be honest, look at the stats. Look at the stats. You get a raging alcoholic and the mashed potatoes were cold when he got home. You know, 1950s, 1960s. Mama got to get laid out. And that's just the way it was back then. I don't condone it, but I know there was a time when dinner was cold. I don't even condone. My dinner's always hot. Oh man.
Yo, Nick, the mashed potatoes cold. Mama got to get knocked out.
It's happened too many times in the past. I've heard it. They used to make movies about it.
Oh man.
That's like half of Tyler Perry's movies plot. That's like half of his plot.
Oh man. But I'll tell you this, and I'm gonna keep it real, man. You know, as much as we're laughing about it, you know, for far too long, having a badge of any sort gave guys egos and gave them the idea that they were, because they were the law, they were actually above
it, yeah.
And yeah, you know, we have watched in our lifetime far too many get away with, you know, criminal behavior, although they were sworn to uphold the law. So, you know, it always, again, it surprises me that I see so many that are still very, very reckless, knowing that everyone has a camera. But I do commend those who, you know, they take that oath serious and they show restraint, and they understand that their number one job is to get home safe at night.
True.
And to allow other families to get home safe. So.
Yep.
You know, switch topics with me for a second. You know, and Nick, it's so much bad in this world. It breaks my heart. Like sometimes, you know, you almost, as much as we want to be kept up to date on current events, you know, watching the news, going through your social media feed, it's depressing.
Yeah.
Last week, a story came out where a transsexual shooter was at a hockey game with his family, and one by one, you know, put bullets in them before turning the gun on himself.
Yeah.
At an event with kids and families, and, you know, just had total disregard for you know, the trauma that this would not just put on the victims, but those who are around to see.
Oh yeah.
You know, are you familiar with that story?
Oh yeah. I'm still weirded out. Like, he was I don't even know how to even, like, so when someone's trans, right? He was a trans woman or a trans man.
He was born a male.
Yep.
And converted to a woman, I think.
So that makes you a what? A trans woman?
I don't know.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think you should refer to him as a woman. I don't know if it's a trans woman.
No, that dude was a man. As a dude. But yeah, I'm familiar with it. But I do see a trend though, and it's like a weird trend when it comes to people who identify and practice that lifestyle. Like, they be shooting some shit up lately, whether it be a school, a family at a hockey game, trying to go to, I don't know, Charlie Kirk. He wasn't even, but he was on that shit too. So I don't know. I'm not going to say too much because I know that I don't want the alphabets to come get me, but I do know that it's a trend. And no one's addressing, like, that part of it. One, two, was he still with his family? Like, they were still together? Because why was he at the hockey game? Was he with his wife? Hanging out?
I don't know if they were still a couple, but he was with his family. They, from what I understand, they went to the game together. It's not like he just popped up on them.
That shit's weird to me. I'm not against that, but I can't be like, if I couldn't imagine being in her shoes. I can't judge nobody, but you can't be around my kids. Like, the whole Caitlyn Jenner, what is that? Like,
Yeah,
that whole shit. Like, it's some weird behavior. One, I can't hang around, something's wrong with you. Like, you need to get a lobotomy or some shit. But that's just what I might think sometimes. But I'm also seeing a trend and a pattern with shootings like that. A lot of them lately have been from that demographic. You can't hide it, can't deny it, no matter how much the news wants to. But it's a sickness. I'm not gonna say that's a sickness, but it's a sickness to want to go out and execute your family like that, you know, at a hockey game and traumatize, like you said, everybody else in attendance for life.
Yeah, that doesn't go away. I mean, we're talking about 3 people, literally 3 people. And from what I understand, he systematically went one by one and was lighting them up.
It's wrong.
You know, I didn't give any thought prior to you saying it, but it does feel as though it's a trend or a pattern or something going on where we're seeing more and more mass shootings or these high profile shootings, and they're either being done or
Attempted,
you know, by somebody in the community,
Yeah.
which is, man, I hadn't thought about it before you said it.
Yeah, and I like, people know what I'm talking. It's something not right up there, I think. Just think it's something not right. You just don't change. To be that old and wake up one day and say, you know what, I'm gonna do this. And most of them don't even go the full, you know, transition deal. Like, so I think it's a weird something. Identity crisis, I don't know. I can't relate to that. I'll never be able to relate to that. This is not where I come from. It's not my beliefs. And I have no desire to want to chop my dick off, like, ever. I don't care how old I get. That motherfucker could be limp. I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it. They got pills for that, you know?
Nah, I mean, you know, I wonder, you know, because we're speaking about one group, but this is just so much
What do you mean
American
the group?
culture, man.
The T's? When you say one group, what do you mean one group? Like the T's?
One group of people. No. Yes, the T's. We're
Okay.
talking about the T's. We were specifically talking about them because obviously the let's refer to her by the proper pronoun. The woman.
Oh, come
who
on,
killed
come
her
on,
family
Sean.
at the,
Come on, Sean. Sean, don't do me
hockey
like that.
game.
Don't do me like that, Sean. That was a man. That was a man who put some tits on.
I saw the picture just like you did.
That's like calling Shanae a female. We all know that was Martin. we all know who it was. Just because Tyler Perry puts on the Medea dress, that's still Tyler Perry. No matter how much he wants to really be Medea, that's still Tyler Perry.
Yo, I'm gonna make sure when this clip is that we got to show the picture because you're right. Like, dude, I'm trying. You know, we're gonna, for the sake of political correctness, let's just call her as she wished to be called. I mean, she looked like she didn't finish the process. How about that?
Most of them do until you go to Thailand or something.
She looks like she started the process and didn't finish, so it's very dudeish. How about that?
Oh.
Is that fair?
I mean, if that's how you feel, yeah. I mean, I want to be called a lot of things, you know, but you know, I don't know. That's like a black dude saying they identify. That'd be like me saying I identify as a 28-year-old successful white male at a Fortune 500 company. Like, no one's gonna believe that. I'm not ever gonna pull that off. No matter how much bleach I apply or whatever, like I'll never be, you know, a 28-year-old white male, ever. Just like you, I was born this way, and this is just my way of thinking, but it's logical. Like, I was born a male. There's no denying that. Just because I feel like I'm something else another day doesn't make it right. Like a rock is not gonna wake up one day and say, you know what, I identify as a tree. It's still gonna be a rock. No matter how that rock feels, everybody in the world knows that's a fucking rock. It is what it is. It's just the law of the land. It's science. I used to read science books, and science books told me growing up that these chromosomes make a male and a female. And if you don't have those, maybe you have hermaphrodites or whatever, like people who are in between, born that way, got you. That's them. But then I feel like that the like transsexual, it's like stealing their identity, real identity, like the hermaphrodites. I don't know. I never thought I wanted to be a female. I've never had a desire to want to put on my mom's high heels or my wife's high heels, ever. And if I see my son doing it, yeah, we taking care of that immediately, because I don't play it. I just don't do that. My son is a boy. He'll always be a boy. Always. He will never be on a stripper pole, ever.
Yeah, I got a question for you, because this is a real conversation.
Yeah.
And a lot of people feel exactly as you do.
Okay.
But, and they do. I mean, it's not like you are in a vacuum. It's not like people don't feel identically to the way you feel.
Mm-hmm.
But is there just a level of respect and courtesy and acceptance? Hey, if you want to identify as X, I will refer to you as X.
But how far does it go? And when does it stop? Like I said, I might wake up tomorrow and want to be the emperor of the whole world. And if a motherfucker don't call me and bow down, yes, emperor, off with your head. Like, just because I feel a certain way doesn't mean you have to respect it or abide by it. I don't believe that. Like, just because you feel a certain way, that's you. That's your life, live your life. But once you want to involve me and bring me into your reality or your life, that's where I have a problem. Because I'm a king in my own domain. I can't be a bitch in yours. Don't bring me into it. That's how I feel. Like, and no one could get mad. It's my opinion. I don't feel that anyone should have they can have the right to get mad. Fuck them. What are you gonna do about it? But at the same point, it's like, this is what, if you want me to respect the way you think, then respect the way I think. That's the in-between, but it's not like that when it comes to certain demographics. It's no, I'm this way, you have to respect it, you gotta bow down to this, and then it's not about that. This is my ideology, my way of thinking, so respect that. That's how I feel when it comes to that group or those groups. It's like, do you behind closed doors. I got no issue. What you eat will never make me shit, so I don't have an issue with it. But don't bring me into your world and terminology, and I gotta change my vocabulary to make you happy. You know? I don't like that. Otherwise, I'm emperor tomorrow and ET the next day, and I might wake up and be Predator one day. I kind of look like I could pull off the look, you know?
Nah, you know, Nick, everything you're saying it's so real. And it's part of a larger conversation. It really is. I think one of the things that many people don't give enough, just as we, as the general public, heterosexual males and females, we're asked to, you know, to acknowledge, respect the fact that you feel a certain way. There's a flip side to that coin, which is, you know, our whole life, you know, especially if you're above a certain age,
yeah.
where this didn't exist at all,
Mm-hmm.
and you were taught, you know, that there was males, there was females, and nothing in between. This is a freaking learning curve on how to address people, what pronouns to use. And sometimes it's just habitual. It's just, I've been doing this my whole life. I'm not born into a world where this is the norm. It's the norm today, but I was born many years ago where it wasn't the norm. So there's give us a little bit of grace as well.
I see where you're coming from, but what percentage of the population does that make up? It's like less than 5%, less than 2%. I think that's a huge learning curve that is being forced amongst 350, 400 million people to abide to 1%. There was a time in the past where, like, you do your own thing, but I don't think the whole world has to, abide by what 1% feels. If that were I could go back in history before, you made up more than people who look like us made up way more than 1%. And no matter what your name was, you were always a hard ER. And that's all you was ever going to be. And we made up way more percent, much more of a percentage than what that demographic does. And we all have to abide by that. I'm going to keep my 80s mentality about it. I don't feel like I have to, yeah.
Here's the deal. At the top of this, I called you Mr. Go Viral. You're definitely going viral.
But I hope not for the wrong...
For this clip, you're definitely...
I hope it's not for the wrong reason. I'm speaking from the heart. And it's like what my beliefs are. If you don't respect my beliefs, then why should I respect yours? But at the end of the day, fuck it. Like, I'm not hurting anybody yet.
Well, here's the deal. And this is, you said yet. Here's the deal. And this is what I was going to say is there has to be a level of understanding and grace on both sides.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it really comes down to, because it is not, whereas everything you're saying, it's apparent. This is how you feel. It's not malicious.
No.
This is how you were raised. It's what you were taught. And it's your core belief system. And that should be as respected as somebody who wants you to now call them by a different pronoun. So before this thing goes viral and gets taken out of context, keep in mind that a certain level of understanding needs to be shown on both sides of this coin. If you want your wishes to be taken serious and heard, then you have to respect other people's wishes and their points of views. We're not all, monolithic. We have different points of views, and I think that there's a world in where we have to respect that. Okay. That being said, you touched on this earlier, Nick. Your man Obama sat down and said he believes in aliens. That clip went viral. Trump came and said he's releasing the classified information. First and foremost, do you believe in aliens? Because you clearly don't believe in transgender.
No, that could be I'm just playing. As a kid, I believed in aliens, but as I guess got older and more mature and read some stuff, read a lot more, I don't believe they're like your E.T. phone home type aliens. No, I think it's something way more greater than that. You can read the Book of Enoch, read the Bible, all the religions, all the old myths from these old civilizations that existed thousands of years ago. They've talked about them, the Watchers, whatever you want to call them. I think it's like an interdimensional being that is that gives humanity knowledge, whether it's forsaken knowledge, forbidden knowledge, but they drop off some knowledge and to help go further into whatever state this is. Some people call them demons. I think it's more or less, maybe not demonic, but like deceivers, yeah. I think it's like a great deception. It's like they come down here and they say, hey, we made you guys. You guys are our offspring. We're your gods, to take us away from the one true Most High God. It's like a great deception towards the end of whatever era this is. But I don't believe in like E.T. phone home stuff, no. I think it's an interdimensional being that mingles with humanity sometimes.
I love the way you worded it, interdimensional, because here's the deal. Elon Musk, his company SpaceX, Starlink, they literally have tens of thousands of satellites orbiting the Earth. If there was anything flying around, I mean, there's an international space station. Russia has its version, China has its version of our NASA. If there was something flying around out there, I think in the age of technology, we would have got some type of signal.
Oh, yeah.
Is there something in Area 51? I have no idea.
I don't think it's nothing there. It's just, they just work on future aircraft, stealth aircraft and stuff there. Area 51 doesn't have anything to do with aliens. From what I know a person who's been there, but he didn't see any aliens. He just saw some stealth stuff. That's where the stealth helicopter came from. Well, they tested it out there, yeah. I don't think, that's not a secret. Mm-hmm. That's where SEAL Team 6 went to go learn about and test out the stealth Black Hawk helicopter. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
No, I would agree, but I agree with you wholeheartedly. If aliens exist, and to your point, whether you go back to the lost books of the Bible, the book of Enoch, since the age of when writing began, photos, people drawing on walls,
yeah.
they were drawing, alien species. I would agree with you that it's not as linear as people think. Hey, they're just coming from outer space. I think it's definitely interdimensional. But this is a vast universe, man. It would be very small-minded of us to think that we are the lucky ones and we're the only ones.
I don't look at it like that. I kind of like look at it from a different perspective where, what if the Most High's creation, his greatest creation of all, was us, and that's the reason why it is just us. Everything else, it's artwork. It's to show his glory, his power, his reign, his domain, all for us. And we are the most special, only ones. Once you start thinking, oh, there's this out there and this out there, it can get you away from the true core of who you are, of who you really are. And that's a lowercase g God. That's how special we are,
I think.
Kid. That's what I think we are. And that's
well said.
Yeah, I think we're that special. That there is nothing else out there. And that's what all that other stuff that we see is for us to show how powerful it is, he is. And yeah.
Well said, Nicholas Irving. Well said, well said. Okay, switch topics with me for a second. Please tell me you saw that boxing. The last time you and I had an opportunity to sit down together, we talked about Adam 22 versus Jason Love.
Yep.
Did you get a chance to see that boxing match.
Yeah, it was like over in like the first round.
I don't even know if it lasted a minute.
Yeah, it was a quick one. Oh yeah. It was a money grab is what it was. He used what happened between, you know, him and his wife, that thing, and used the publicity off that. Because I mean, I haven't really heard about Adam 22 since that moment. He's kind of been like out there. I mean, as far as what I see, he hadn't really been out there like that. So what do? You know, conjure up this little boxing event and get your money.
Yo,
I just can't get my ass whipped like that though. No,
I almost don't even understand. Yes, it was a money grab. It's clear as day it was a money grab. But I almost don't even understand. Adam didn't throw a punch.
Right, yeah.
Let's like, so all of those video clips we saw him in the gym, all that tough talk.
Mm-hmm.
I could understand if you threw a punch. But like, he didn't throw a punch.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's almost disrespectful to call it a boxing match.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, I think what it is, you know, like people watch boxing on TV and they think, oh, I can do that, boom, whatever. I just had a boxing match. I'm still undefeated, currently 1-0. Not a big deal. But I will say this though.
You know I was about to go into that right after this.
I don't know what it's like to lose like that. I think people get it confused and, you know, like getting punched upside your head or getting, you know, punched anywhere. It takes a certain type of individual. And if you've never had it happen before, like it'll shut you down. Especially, you get hit upside your head a few times. Most people, 90-something% of the population really can't fight, you know? And you got people who are trained to fight. Ask any trained fighter, there's nothing enjoyable about getting punched upside the head or getting punched in your ribs, getting punched in your kidneys, in your liver. It all hurts. And you still keep fighting, you still going back in there. And you can't really, the only way you can train for that is by getting inside the ring. That's the only way. And I think a lot of people would get scared just stepping foot inside of a ring with the crowd and audience. You know, even my sparring, every time when I spar, I'm nervous as fuck every single time. Because it's a potential, hey, I might get knocked out. You know, I'm not trying to get, you know, toes pointed on the canvas, knocked out. Nuh-uh. I got a family right there. I can't go home. But yeah, but no, I mean, L's are taken, you know, and that comes with the sport. My son knows that, but it's just that your average person has no clue what it's like to even get inside of a ring. Most people would freeze up, especially you got somebody you don't know or have, you know, been in a ring with, and they start throwing punches at you. Most people would freeze up. Definitely, I'm almost 100% sure, but I mean, it really isn't hard to throw a punch though. You know, swing something. I mean, yeah, that is kind of tough to watch, but yeah, I can't go out like that, no.
So I gotta ask you, like, you know, Adam has been very open about allowing men to pound his wife out. Me and you joked the last time we spoke about Jason Love pounding his wife out, then pounding him out. How do you even go home? Like, what does his wife say to him after that performance? Like,
when's the check hit? When's the check hit? That's all she better say. When's the check hit? I mean, she's not going to get beat up by him, you know. But I think with that type of relationship, it's when's the check clear?
Simple as that.
Oh yeah. What else can she ask? What else can she? I mean, she knew he was a bitch like from the get-go. He's not gonna. If that really is his like wife and it's not just contractual on paper, and she lives with this dude and sees this dude, like she would know, hey, he can't fight. He is not like that. But that's if it's real. And she already knew that. So they had the thing like, hey, I'm gonna get my ass whooped for like 30 seconds, 40 seconds. I'm gonna grab this bag and we can go to Chanel, you know?
Yo, here's the crazy part. Like, even if that was the plan, can you get your ass whipped by somebody that didn't knock your wife down? Like, does it like this? It got to be so uncomfortable in the room with this guy, Jason Love.
Yeah.
Like, this guy got to, serious, at this point, he got to feel like he could just go snatch this chick from Adam. Like, yo, come with me.
Yeah, 100%.
And she got to do it.
What else? I mean, yeah, what else is going to happen? She'd have to. But who's making the most money right now? Who's putting her on right now? I mean, probably Adam. He's probably keeping her relevant like that with this podcast and whatever else they do on the side. Yeah. I didn't even know who Jason Love was until he was with Adam 22's wife. I don't really keep track of dudes like that. Pause.
Yeah. Nah, they did the threesome twice. Matter of fact, it wasn't even a threesome.
Oh, it was 2 times.
Adam
They did
just
it 2
sat in
times?
the corner and watched.
They did it 2 times?
Yes, 2 times.
Oh wow, yeah, that's savagery. That's some demon time. Yeah. Yeah.
So imagine somebody like legit, you watching somebody give it to your wife, not once but twice, and then that same nigga beat your ass. Like,
it ain't happening.
how does that even work?
I gotta shoot somebody, and that's like coming from the heart. I gotta shoot somebody, cause I can't walk down the street no more. I can't be in public. What else can I do? I gotta prove a point. I gotta prove a point. Maybe just shank him. I don't know. Maybe I might just shank him, like in his leg or some shit. I don't know. I'm gonna do something. I gotta get something out of this. Yeah.
Nah, I tell you, man, shout to Adam, shout to Leonard the Plug, man, shout to Jason Love. Whatever they got going on over there, you know, God bless them. You know, to your point, they making bread. But as a man, like, and I'm talking about myself, as a man, it would be hard to sleep at night.
You don't sleep at night. Yeah. Unless I don't care how big the bag is. I can't sleep as a man.
That's my point.
Yeah.
That is my point.
Yup. I couldn't sleep at night. That's a trauma I never felt. I won't ever feel. Nah, bro. No.
And you know, before we switch topics, it'll be one thing. I mean, anybody could take a L. Like, come on, we're human. Anybody could take a L. But bro, fight, but like you didn't swing.
Yeah.
And then it was almost like a phantom punch.
Yeah.
And you just stayed like that with your wife looking. Like, that's a little hard, but it is what it is.
Shout out to her, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she love her husband. God bless her. God bless him.
Oh, you think so?
So you just think it's like we got an arrangement?
Yeah. I don't believe that.
They give me the sense. Real talk. She give me the sense. Okay. He gives me the sense he loves his wife. Let me say that. I'm gonna tell you, I can't speak for her, but Adam actually gives me the sense he loves that woman. I don't think that's a business arrangement for him.
Okay, hey, good for him. I mean, damn, yeah. Damn, okay, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Not on my watch, no.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know her. I don't know him. But, you know, they've done an interview on Vlad together, the body language, the chemistry. It feels like it's something new, Nick.
Okay. Hey, Shout out then. Yeah.
I mean, to each his own, kid.
Yeah.
All right. Let's stay on this topic of boxing for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Floyd Money Mayweather.
Don't even, man, that, come on, Floyd, come on. That's some bullshit, man. That's it. And I like Floyd. I've worked with Floyd. I've done bodyguard work for him, hung out with him, been to the clubs with him. Cool dude. It was a very enjoyable time. Very enjoyable. I don't have a desire to even want to watch the fight though. Not even with Pacquiao. You're supposed to fight Tyson and Pacquiao, right?
Correct.
And I can't see, I already watched Tyson. That's my childhood, boxing greatest. I didn't grow up with Ali. I've watched all his fights, but I grew up with Mike Tyson back when my granddad was still in the pay-per-view, so we could watch it in a shed out back. But Mike Tyson doesn't need to do this though. Like no one asked for it. No one asked for Tyson fighting Floyd. Maybe it was like back in his prime, but we all know who would have won that. Tyson would have destroyed Floyd in his prime. The whole Pacquiao deal, like what are they both pushing, if not in their 50s, right?
No, Floyd, matter of fact, today's his birthday.
Yep. Or no, I don't even know when his birthday is. I'm thinking about
yesterday. Yesterday, today is his birthday. He just turned 49.
Okay. I mean, granted, Pacquiao and Floyd are still better than a lot of fighters out that are active right now. That's how good they were in their prime, and that's the dedication they had to the sport. But like again, no one asked for a Floyd Pacquiao fight, part 2. We've already watched the first one, and I think that first one should have happened way before in his career, way before that fight, back when they were both, hungry dogs and not hopping around trying to duck this fight to keep a whatever record. Pacquiao's my guy too, but I just don't have a desire to watch these two go back at it again. I saw the first one, and it was just like every other Floyd fight after he broke his hand. But it's not my fighting style either. It's a very technical fighting style, but I'm not like really pressed to see him and Pacquiao go back at it. I'm damn sure not watching the Tyson fight after what Jake Paul did to him. That embarrassment, I can't do it.
No, I am a Mike Tyson fan like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Grew up watching this guy. I think Mike Tyson has earned his place in the psyche of the world, not just America.
Yeah.
He transcends boxing at this moment.
Yeah, facts.
He doesn't need to be getting back in that ring. What we saw go down between him and Jake Paul,
damn,
it was a slap in the face to his career.
Yeah.
I don't get the sense that he needs the money at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
He seems to be doing well for himself. He's well respected, loved, admired by a whole new generation that didn't see him fight.
Yeah.
So the motivation for him to get back in the ring, if it's purely financial, because it can't be anything more than that. I mean, he's pushing 60. I think he's 59.
Yep, yeah. Damn.
Come on, bro. Like you just mean way too much.
Yeah.
To way too many. And there are just far too many other ways for you to get a bag.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't need to be one of them.
Mm-hmm. Because we know what's going to happen after Tyson's last performance.
Of course.
Yeah, we know what's going to happen, and I'm not trying to see that again.
No. I think that if that fight is on Netflix like the last one was, they're going to see far lower ratings.
Oh yeah,
I think coming into the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight, the mythology, Mike Tyson, the Iron Mike, the thought that we could see a glimpse of that gladiator once again. He got the eyeballs, but that's not going to happen. I think people are well aware that this is going to be, embarrassing. It's going to be a stain on this man's legacy. So I don't think a lot of people are going to tune in.
I hope not. Just I got to protest, and Floyd, like, man, stay out the limelight for a little bit. I mean, you can stay in the limelight, but when it comes to boxing, I think it's like there's so many other great fighters that I would love to watch, as opposed to watching, Floyd go back in there and just make a quick bag. I don't like to contribute to that. I'm not hating on the dude, love him, but I just think it just, beating up, Mike Tyson and the whole Pacquiao thing, just like no one asked for it.
No, and in terms of the Floyd Mayweather Pacquiao fight, I'm with you, and I am a boxing fan. When they fought the first time, it was 5 years too late.
Exactly.
It's been 11 years since that first fight.
Damn. Yeah, it's been a minute.
Like a legit 11 year. I think they fought somewhere 2016, maybe 2015, 2016. This is the fight nobody asked for.
Yep.
And if y'all didn't make that fight worth watching when you were 11 years younger, why would anybody think that this could be a competitive fight?
Exactly.
And both of y'all are pushing 50 years old.
Yeah. At some point, you got to hang up the gloves. You got to hang it up. I got one fight left, and I'm just gonna work out.
Yeah.
My ribs hurt.
But here's the deal. I saw a clip. Vlad was being interviewed. Actually, he was in front of the camera, and he said he got word on good authority from a jeweler that Floyd's broke.
I was hanging out at Wes Watson's house, right? He's a big fitness influencer.
Yeah, I know him.
You know who he is, right? So we did a house tour.
Bald headed dude.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
White dude. Big,
like prisoner guy?
Prisoner guy, right, exactly. So when we're getting ready to shoot, he's got these kind of people at his house.
Right.
And there's this old school jeweler dude there. They're like, oh, this is one of the OG jeweler guys. This is who everyone else gets their stuff from. And he told me, and I'm not going to say who it is, but he's like, Mayweather's broke. I said, no. He's like, no, really, Mayweather's broke. Now, I don't know if it's true.
Right.
This is what this guy told me. I'm like, how could he be broke? He's like, yo, he spends like crazy.
Matter of fact, 50 Cent, he put it out there as well. Yo, Floyd need the money. If there's any legitimacy to that, how on God's green earth could this man be broke?
His lifestyle. I've been around hanging out for days, weeks. It's the lifestyle. When you got a 40-man entourage, you got other people, and you take everybody out, pay for everything, we shopping, the mall, going out to eat, renting out an entire movie theater. Yeah, just to go watch a movie at whatever time he wanted. It was the theater was closed when we rolled up to the movie theater, and you got the girls and all. Yeah, and you rent out a whole movie theater for 40, 50 plus people. I bet that bill can rack up a little bit. I don't know if he's broke. I think you'd have to tell me what is broke? He don't have $0. Floyd still has money, a lot. I just think that maybe the lifestyle and I don't know, maybe catching up. I don't know. I've been to a strip club. It pulls in money. He's got money coming in. I don't know if he still has was it the girls' lounge or something like that. But no, it was he gets money. I just don't know how much. But I don't pocket watch But if he is going broke, then it makes sense why he is fighting. I've heard rumors. I've heard the rumors too. I just don't know like how like what is broke? Broke to me is like having $0 in your account, but not a few M's.
You know, I think you just shed light on, because a lot of people would ask that question, like, how could this man go broke? Just like I just asked it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost unfathomable to think that it could happen. But, you know, just listening to you, having a 40-person entourage, going out to eat foot in the bill, night over night.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, the whole day. Like I'm talking for weeks on end. Every day is something new, and it's like multiple things throughout the day. The travel, he lives a very, very interesting. I don't know when he sleeps, to be honest with you. Then you got gambling and all, of course the gambling, you know, casinos and all that. He lives a very interesting lifestyle, very fast paced. I think the average person will have a hard time keeping up, but it's the amount of it. You got the private jets, you got the cars, but no, he could easily spend a few $500,000, $1 million plus in a day, like easy.
That's crazy, Nick.
Yeah, easy.
That's crazy.
Easily.
And I'm gonna tell you why it's even more crazy, because Vlad, he alluded to a point, and he's right. If you have your money invested correctly, at some point you're living off interest.
Yep.
You know, you're legitimately living off interest. I remember I saw an interview with Floyd. I wish they dig it up. But he was like, his accountants told him that he has to spend something like $1 million a month. Like he has to spend it, because that's the kind of interest or revenue he was generating from his investments. So I always thought, you know, yeah, on the surface, it looks like this man is spending a lot of money, but he's never touching the principal. He's legitimately living off of his, you know, interests and the monies that his money is actually making him.
It could be. I agree with you 100%. I mean, $400 million in a fight, and you put into like a high escrow or something like that. Yeah, you keep pulling in really good interest, but I don't know. I know the dude can spend a lot of money like it's nothing. Like $1 million, $2 million, $5 million for Floyd in a day or a week is like nothing.
Yeah, that's insanity. I mean, it would not surprise me if all of this is hyperbole. You know, I've always looked at Floyd as a very, very smart person, not just in the ring, but outside of the ring.
Yeah.
And I say this because much of what we see, it's the show. He understood. He was in show business.
Yep.
When he was Pretty Boy Floyd, he was a boxer that was doing his thing.
Mm-hmm.
He was winning fights.
Mm-hmm.
But when he became Money Mayweather and changed that persona and put that marketing machine behind I live this lavish lifestyle, that's when you started seeing him make these big money fights.
Yeah.
That's when it all changed for him.
Yep.
And that's not by accident. It's not by chance. This guy's not dumb. He's not a stupid guy whatsoever.
No. And I don't think, that's what I'm saying, I don't think he's broke. I think it's a lot of, to get eyes on the fight. I mean, this happens every fight for the past few fights. Oh, he's doing it for the money. He's doing it for the money. I was there when he was fighting these guys and some big names. And it's like, the dude is not, I don't know what people are calling broke, but been to his house, hung out with him quite a bit. He ain't broke. Wasn't broke, no.
Yeah. Again, it gets people talking, you know, and I think that people, you know, we live in a society that will build you up, and people want, you know, to actually want to see the day when you fall off. That's why you see so many people falling from grace, and you know, everybody piles on. Because just as Americans, we love to build people up and tear them back down.
Facts, yeah.
So it wouldn't be surprising to me if, you know, he understands and he plays right into this. Like, oh, y'all want to call me broke? I got y'all talking.
Yep.
Now watch my next fight.
Yep.
While we on the subject of fights, please tell me you saw that clip of G Unit's
Tony, yeah.
Yayo, Uncle Murder, and your man Ja Rule.
Yeah.
Airplane mode. Federal regulations prohibit the use of cellular networks during flight, the use of Wi-Fi to make video or voice calls. This is his seat. Are in the resting position.
Suck ass Ja Rule on the plane. Trying to punch suck ass up, you fucking sucker.
Come on, let's shake.
What was your thoughts when you saw that clip?
One, I was surprised, like, that beef is still going on like that. Like, that's wild to hold that much hate for all these years. But they were clowning on Ja, but I'm like, from what I saw, it didn't look like Ja was even backing down. He didn't look like he was being a bitch about it, you know? I don't know how it would have gone. It looked like, I don't know. I don't know if Yayo has hands like that. I don't know. If I was going off of looks, I'd probably say at this stage in his life, no. But I was more shocked at, like, man, they still holding on to beef like that. I mean, I still got people I don't like from, like, kindergarten, but damn.
I mean, let's not get it twisted. Them dudes are going to their grave. It ain't enough kumbaya. It ain't enough black excellence, black unity.
That's
it ain't
wild.
enough, you know, forgive thy enemy. This is never going to end.
That's crazy.
It's never going to end. Real talk. And I believe even if in Yayo's heart of hearts, in his heart of hearts, he's over this. He would literally sit down and have a meal with Ja. He could never reveal it, would never reveal it, because he understands the G Unit General 50 Cent would never ever talk to him a day in his life again.
Oh, yeah.
So
it's loyalty at that point. Then yeah, I get that. Yeah. I get that. Yeah.
And here's one thing you have to notice. If there has ever been loyalty demonstrated, like demonstrated, because a lot of dudes talk that loyalty in this game, but actually demonstrated, it's been from Yayo.
That's why I fuck with Yayo.
So,
yeah, 100%. 100%. That's a loyal, that's the friend we all need. You know, but are hard to find. They're few and far in between. But yeah, Yayo was that guy. I 100% agree with you.
No, I mean, you know, and again, people talk it sound good coming out your mouth. Pause, like people talk that loyalty talk. But when it get thick, when them bullets start flying,
literally,
you really see who's rocking with you.
Yep.
So, again, I would say even if Yayo has gotten old and he's tired and he's like, yo, damn, like, I ain't got no problem with this dude. Yo, sit down, let's take this flight. He would never, ever, ever go against his man.
I respect that.
So that beef is never gonna die.
I respect that. Yeah, I respect it. It's still funny as an outsider, though. Watching this beef still carry on all these years, it's hilarious. And Ja feeds into it like it's just, yeah, it's funny. It's funny.
Nah, it is. And, you know, at the end of the day, I mean, and I can only go on the video. We wasn't on that plane. According to Yayo, you know, he was putting on a show for the cameras. But it damn sure looked like he wasn't backing down.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you know, I've never seen Ja back down. No.
I know he just recently got jumped too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't back. I give him that. He won't back down.
He doesn't back down.
He's trying to still uphold that DMX image, you know? He didn't back down, but.
Well, while we're talking about beef, you know, another day goes by, another beef in the rap game. You know, let's stay on the 50 Cent topic. Now 50 Cent got beef with T.I.
Yeah. The fact
What's your thoughts there?
Man, listen, like, T.I. can rap. Like, he's got some good, you know, but I kind of stopped listening to T.I. back with, like, Rubber Band Man, you know? And I don't know, like, after his hat incident, like, I would have already packed it up, just left the world when it came to, you know, his hat falling off and it exposed the hair that he had. I'd have probably like left it at that. But he got back on and now he's trying to make diss records and like no one's really, maybe some people are, I just am not, like I'm not gonna be tuning into the next, you know, 50 Cent diss track from T.I. I'm good.
Yo, what the hell is this man Baldwin have to do?
Yeah.
With rap beef?
Because that's when I would have called it quits. I'm done. Like I can't. That's when I would have packed my. Yeah, I'm done. I'm not
because his hat fell off.
Yeah, but it was an embarrassment underneath the cap, and it's like I would have I would have called it quits. I'm not gonna bet. I'm staying off camera. I'm staying definitely out of beef with 50 Cent of all people, but you know I'm like. I think with T.I., he wanted that versus battle. He been begging for that versus battle. And he's trying to get relevant, being back up in there, because his son damn sure ain't gonna rap. He's trying, you know, bless his little heart. But I mean, come on. Nobody listening, nobody's banging King shit. One, two, like he's just T.I.'s trying to make his comeback, or whatever you wanna call it. And like I said, Rubber Band Man was like the last time I was really heavy into T.I. He's got bars, granted, but cool dude, I guess. Just not my cup of tea to ride around right now listening to T.I. Unless it's like this old school stuff, yeah. You know, if I fuck with T.I. back in like ATL, you know?
Okay, so how you think this beef is? Because so far I haven't heard no song from 50.
Exactly, and 50's not gonna put nothing out. I don't think he is. He's gonna let him expire, do his little run, and he's just gonna keep roasting him on Instagram and making, you know, posts about him. That's all really 50 has to do at this point. Dude's really highly successful. He's got plenty of money. He's endorsing a lot of different brands, has his own brand. He has his own, like, trying to make a studio production. Dude's clearly got money. He's got bread. I think T.I. needs 50 more than the other way around. So if I was 50, I would just, you know, I'm not gonna let you eat off me, no. Just keep my mouth closed, make my little post, go on about my day. T.I.'s the only one out here like sitting with a pen and pad, making angry records like in his closet or whatever, his studio. That shit's like kind of embarrassing a little bit, you know? How many more diss records is he gonna make without a response? It's kind of embarrassing.
Here's a deal. Here's a deal. Like, let's just be fair. 50 posted a not so flattering picture of T.I.'s wife, Tiny.
Yeah, seen that.
You not letting that go, Nick.
But I'm not gonna.
Letting that go.
I'm not gonna dedicate 5 hours to write a diss track though. If I had genuine beef with that, which I would or whatever, when I see you, it's just on site. I'm sure for each of them, it's not hard to meet up and find one another. It'd be like that. I'm not gonna go to my closet and stand out on a pen and pad. I'm not doing it. That's
But it's
too
what
much.
they do. They're rappers.
Damn. Well,
I mean, let's just keep it real. Like, they're rappers. And if history has shown us anything, rap, to quote the Locks, it's the WWF, it's the WWE. It's like at all the beefs in all of the years, it's been very few where somebody got touched.
yeah.
Like somebody actually got touched.
I tried to
It's
fight.
a lot of, it's a,
T.I. tried to fight Floyd. He tried to fight Floyd Mayweather. T.I., I think he got punched up by Lil Flip too at one point. So he's not scared of the beef. He's not just a rapper, because he was throwing hands allegedly with like Lil Flip. He was with Floyd. I mean, it's a little, yeah. I would just leave it at that when it came to 50, if it was that much of a problem.
well, put it this way. I don't think it goes no further than wax. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they're gonna make diss songs. Maybe 50 will be like, yo, whatever.
Yep,
Let me keep it moving. I got movies to make.
yep.
But when you start dragging a man's wife into it, that's next level. As you see, his son, T.I.'s son, jumped in it.
Huh.
You know, he's going at 50. He's posting all kinds of things on social media because that's his mother.
Yeah.
Like it takes on a whole other life. But to 50's credit, he took all them posts down.
Oh, for real?
Which he rarely does. Yeah, he took them down.
Okay. So maybe that's where it ends right there. Yeah, it might end right there. I didn't know he did that. Okay, good for him. It shows he's not still on his P. Diddy Ruthless tour. You know, he kind of calmed down a little bit. Because he was going after it. Yeah. Good for him.
I like to see how it turned out. Here's one thing I will say, and we could keep it moving from here. T.I. ain't nothing to play with on them tracks, kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like that new song he got with Pharrell. I mean, it just reminds you how dope that dude really is.
Yeah,
like,
he's got bars, 100%.
Like, he got bars. He got the ability to make dope records. To take as much time as he did off from rap, and to come with that joint, and shout out to Pharrell. Damn, that beat is me.
Hey.
But it is what it is. By any chance did you catch the Super Bowl?
No, I'm a boring individual. I don't watch sports other than boxing like that. Like, I don't watch basketball. I don't watch football. I don't watch soccer. I don't watch motherfuckers swim. You know, I'm not really into sport. Yeah. Plus, I kind of think it's like rigged anyways. I just know Bad Bunny was performing at the halftime show. You know, I speak a little bit of Spanish because of my wife, but I don't know a Bad Bunny song, so I damn sure ain't watch that.
Okay, but I'm sure you caught all the controversy surrounding that Bad Bunny show.
Yeah.
Halftime show.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts? I know you didn't watch it, but what was your thoughts on the idea of Bad Bunny performing the halftime show, one of the biggest stages you can be on in all of the world, over 130 something million viewers tuned in, and he held his ground. He performed the entire show in Spanish.
Yeah, good for him. I mean, that's his native tongue, so I'm not like, he gets no extra point credit. I just think that like the average American has no idea what the fuck a Bad Bunny song is. Like, I've never heard him on the radio. If I did, I don't know who the fuck it was or what I was listening to, but I don't know a song from him. I don't know anybody that I hang around with. They don't know a Bad Bunny song at all.
Nah, you're off on that one, kid. I'm telling you.
You think so?
Bad Bunny is a frick. Oh, he's all over the radio.
I never
that
heard
dude is a freaking monster. He's like Bad Bunny. I mean, I don't speak Spanish, but that dude, he's next level.
Do you know any Bad Bunny songs?
I know a few of his songs.
Really?
I do. But again,
What?
I mean, I'm from New York.
Okay. Different
Yeah, I know
demographic,
a few Bad Bunny songs. But like Bad Bunny is next level. Number one, I believe he earned that stage.
Really?
I do. Oh my God. Like, let's just keep it real. You have traveled this globe yourself. There are so many countries where Spanish is their native tongue.
Yeah.
You know, we tend to think America, but this guy's traveling the globe. You know, he has a world sound, a world music. That's number one. But where I personally give him respect, I'm not editing my songs. The songs as I sing them, it's what made me me. And I do understand that it's the Super Bowl and it's American, and 99% of the people watching are not gonna know one word. You asked me to come on because I am who I am. And all you had to do was rescind the offer. We can't do it if you're not willing to sing in English. But I think that I love to see people who have a level of pride for what they believe and what they stand for and who they are and who their people are.
Well,
and I give that man all the credit in the world that he stood his ground, and it was really that performance was it was Latino pride at its best, man. I think it was dope.
Yeah, I love my Latinos. I'm married to one, so I just don't know a Bad Bunny. Only Bad Bunny I know is my wife. Bad Bunny, that's the only one I know.
Yeah, I mean, I want to switch topics, and before I let you up out of here, let's stay with these artists for a second. Kanye West, he recently apologized to blacks and Jews.
They got him. Yeah.
Were you surprised when you found out that this man apologized?
Yes and no. Like, they got him. And we know what we're talking about. And I think once he knew that he got and it was on him, he had no other choice. Kanye would have been out in these streets begging for $1. So he had to kiss the ring. It just is what you say what you want, but that's a fact. There's one, you don't mess around with. They get you up out of there quick.
I'm gonna tell you, Nick, it always comes down to the almighty dollar.
Yep.
It always comes down to the almighty dollar.
They said, we finna take all of it. Kanye said, I'm gonna write you a love note. I'm gonna kiss the ring. I'm gonna apologize, even though I made this crazy ass song. He was all about it, and that's my thing. That's why I'm mad about it. Like, if you are that much about it, like hate or whatever, like stand on it. Stand on it. Don't buck at the knee and be like, oh, I'm actually sorry right now. No. Like, stand on what you believe in at that level. Point. You making crazy songs, or call it crazy. You start saying stuff that you believe to be true. If that's your truth, stand on it. Yeah. Not surprised though. Not surprised.
Well, put it this way. I'm not surprised personally.
But he'll be back on it though. He'll be back on it. Like, give Kanye some time. Give him some time. He'll be right back.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
What?
No. And I'm gonna tell you why. He want people to believe he's crazy. I'm sure he's bipolar. I'm sure there's times he's off his meds. But when his world started to shut down, when he went out there and made those comments, you know, I mean, it was bad enough. He was like, slavery was a choice.
Oh yeah, that's.
But he kept going after that.
Yeah.
Like, remember that slick talk?
Yeah.
But when he was making statements like, there's a lot of things I love about Hitler. I'm a Nazi. I love Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
And when that Jewish community said enough, we've had enough of you and your shenanigans, you and your racist rhetoric. Like, have you seen Kanye do a show in the United States since then?
No.
Like, it's bad enough he lost his biggest income generator, which was the Adidas deal. So that revenue stream gone overnight. But you always got music to fall back on. Who owns every venue big enough or even worth playing in the United States?
Exactly. And record labels too.
Like,
I mean, shit, they got Michael Jackson to apologize.
No, because when you think about it, if you know, Live Nation, AEG, all like if they're not allowing you to perform in their stadiums, in their theaters, in their arenas, no, we won't rent it to him.
Yep.
We won't. Keep your money. Like, if they shut, where do you go? Now I can't make money.
Yep.
If you look at his recent shows, he's performing in Italy.
Yep.
You know, he's performing in Australia. like dude is very far from home.
Uh-huh.
And he got to do what he got to do to keep the money coming in.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't do any American shows anymore.
Yep.
So hell no, I don't think he's going to be back on. I think as crazy as he wants you to think he is, he understands my pockets is messed up. and I ain't that crazy. like my bank account is like I'm not that crazy.
Yep.
So no, I think he is going to be on the straight and narrow.
That's wild.
I think he's trying to figure real talk.
No, I
like,
get
you
it.
don't
No,
even see.
I get it. I'm just saying it's wild that like they got control. That they put the whip on him. It's crazy. Like, damn, hey, shout out, I guess. Kanye, I don't know. He's like, he's one dose away from missing one dose to being back on his bullshit, I think. Him wake up and miss the prescribed medication dose, he'll be back on the shit. Because he's always got that to fall back on.
I really don't think so.
He's got that to fall back on. He's like, damn, I didn't take my meds this morning. I had to see some racist shit, or whatever you want to call it.
I think that he's used that excuse for far too long. And here's one thing that's a universal language, like real talk, money. Yeah, money is a universal language. We all get that. And right now, I truly believe that his paper being jammed up, all of a sudden he's going to be taking his meds. He's going to be in therapy. He's going to be he's walking the straight and narrow. So I think that he ain't that crazy.
Yeah.
That's real talk. He ain't that crazy, Nick. And if and real talk, if I see this dude going like with these, let's just think about this. He hasn't had an outburst in over a year.
Yeah,
nothing.
Yeah, that's wild.
Ever since his world, like he was having outbursts every 2 days.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you have control of your emotions and your feelings and your outbursts. Nah.
Yeah, you right. You got a point. You got a point. Yep. They straightened his ass out quick. Damn.
Quick. I hate to end our conversation on a down note, but I want to end it here because I want people, our viewing audience to, to really help in this matter if they can, even if it's just with prayers. But, I watched, just like everybody else, the kidnapping of Savannah Guthrie's mom, Nancy Guthrie. It's been something like 3 weeks. This woman is in her 80s. She still hasn't been found. And it's probably at a point where nobody wants to say, but I don't even know that this woman's still with us. Man.
Right. That's a long time. And the odds of even finding somebody after like 72 hours, or I forget what it is, like they drop drastically. 3 weeks, 2 weeks, it's very slim chance. Somebody might want to call TMZ and be like, yo, go ahead and give her up now. TMZ be having a lot of information, Bitcoin purchases and transactions and shit. I don't know. Odds of finding somebody alive after 3 weeks is very slim.
I'm going to tell you something, Nick, like, and I can understand from a kidnapper standpoint why they would target Miss Guthrie. Her daughter is making millions.
Yeah.
There's a money grab there. But the minute that this thing went national news, you couldn't even collect.
Yep.
Like, what you gonna do? Return her?
Right.
Like, the minute that you return her, you got 50 SWAT, officers. You're hunted for your remainder of your days. So I don't even think that they thought this thing out.
If those are the people, especially on that the Ring camera, like they already didn't look like they knew what they were doing. So very low level. But I think at that point, once it went national news, headline news, it was kind of like defeated the whole purpose of what they were going for. They were trying to probably keep it hush hush, do some secret transactions, boom, in and out type deal. But at this point, and 80 years old, all the stress and whatever else is going on, like that's a lot for. My grandmother was in her 80s, and couldn't imagine. It's a lot of stress. Already on the way out.
Nah, think about it. The woman has a pacemaker.
Yeah.
She's on meds. She can't get it's a sad story across the board, but I think that there's a bigger picture here, man. Like, this is not the only person. This is a case that obviously the whole country has been invested in. But there's so many people, man, that are living this same nightmare.
Yep.
Right now, and that's got to be one of the worst feelings on planet Earth. Like, nigga, do you understand what it is? Like, that's your mother. That's your mother. But it's somebody, their kid is gone. They right now they don't know where my child is at. So
that fucked me up. Damn.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would just ask and implore everybody, like, this is one of them cases, if you know something, really help that family and all the families that are going through this, because I couldn't even imagine being in that situation, and it's my mother. So, Nick, as always, it's my pleasure, my brother. We got to do this again soon, which I know we will.
Yeah.
And like I always tell you, I love you. I enjoy our conversations. And until we speak again.
Same.
Peace and blessings.
Always. Same, brother. Thank you.